We've talked about systems and structures in an organizational setting, where you have your company, where you work. We've also talked about building structures and systems in small businesses. And we had Pastor started off telling us principles on systems and structures in the Bible. Pastor IT came on, shared our experience, in-depth session. Please go to our YouTube page to get all of that. And then we had opportunity to ask questions with Mentor Solomon in the review session. What if I'm starting a business new? How do I put business and structures together? And we did all that. Today, we are going to play 2 short videos. Like I said, it's instrumental. Why? You are all seated in a group. This group, you're going to form a business and give it a business name. You decide at the end of the video whether it's going to be a small business, whether it's going to be a limited liability company like we were taught, or it's going to be a partnership. You have a name. You decide who your MD is. You will create the structures, departments, right? And then staff people amongst you. You staff yourself amongst there. And then, of course, we're going to ask you questions why you put this person under this department. Are we together? Other instructions will come, right? And at the end of the day, you're going to bring someone who would present. Now, a clause. The person who is going to present will be someone that's never presented in Friends Connect. And there's a reason. Sometime 2 months ago, we taught on business presentation and public speaking. How many people remain here? We expect you in that 1 month to have gone through certain lessons that will equip you. So the person presenting for your group should never have presented, or let it be someone that's not presented before. Very key. You work on that. What do we expect from you? Number 1, decide the type of organization that you are building. That's 1. 2, the name of the business. 3, why choose that business? There must be a reason, right? Then, importantly, what the last person said, your organizational chart. He said org chart. That means organizational chart. Draw your organizational chart. Then do one other thing. Please staff that chart. Amongst your group, decide who is MD, who is in this department, right? And that means you must have known yourself. So a quick 2-3 minutes to what you do, where you're up to, can even decide the kind of organization, whether it's food business, whether it's clothing business, whether it's a law firm. You decide based on the experience sitting on that particular table. And I bet you there's so much on that table. All right? I think we are done here. And your time starts now.
to wife, you know. Yeah, and he's in charge of, so it means that every other units of the business reports to him, and of course the head of operation reports to the owner of the business, who is Mrs. Mary. Like I said before, it's a sole proprietorship. It means that it's just one person that decide what happens to the business, when and what, why and how of the business. Yes, so the operations is subdivided into 4 major units. We have sales and marketing, we have the finance unit, we have warehousing and logistics, and we have the business operations. Yeah, the business operations is headed by Mr. Olu Jare. Mr. Dai, please show your, raise your hand. Thank you very much. Yes, sir.
The idea is not to deal with the other, it's not enemy versus enemy. Be nice to everybody. Okay, that was a very nice one. I asked my question, and then Friends Connect Champion asked a very critical question that we learned. He said, what if the owner decides to exit or is not around? What happens? And then he said that the husband has been playing the role of operations manager. So even if she's not around, that business will continue to run, which is very, very critical. Please, let's appreciate them. That was a very nice one. Learn public speaking and how to pitch. Okay, all right. Next. The group is real estate. What's happening to real estate now? Real estate organization. Please welcome real estate organization Hilltop Nigeria Limited for their presentation.
All right, thank you everyone. Yes, we are here to introduce to you our business, and as you can see, as the name implies, it's bearing a Hilltop Nigeria Limited. It's a limited liability company, and we have our vision goal. Our vision goal is actually trying to make everyone to secure shelter to their heads. We want to make you to see reasons why you need to get shelter to yourselves and then acquire properties. And then we have a mission statement also. The mission statement is that we are trying to see that instead of you keeping your money inside your account, what you need to do is to invest your money into acquiring properties that can help you to appreciate and make more money for yourself. So the money just don't remain dormant in the account there. So you can actually invest in a real estate. So we have our organogram here that explains that we have a CEO, Mr. Emmanuel. This is our CEO. Please a round of applause for him. And what he does is that he oversees to see that everybody is actually discharging his or her duties effectively. That's one. And then he also partake in the decision making. Of course, you know who a CEO is. He helps in the decision making and make sure everyone is doing everything right. And now we have our executive directors for operation, which is Mr. Ugo. This is Mr. Ugo. He's our executive director of operation. And so he does to see that the operation management is actually doing the right thing in terms of the operation of the company. Now we also have the executive director of finance. He is in charge of the finance. She is in charge of the finance department, which is Mrs. Joy. Now it goes further. Under the executive operators, we have our engineers. The engineer manager, which is Mr. Wale, is here. He helps in the aspect of the procurement procedures, and how you can acquire the properties and the land. He gives you all the details regarding that. So he's in person of Mr. Wale. And then we have our operation manager that oversees the functions of how the marketers and the sales function is actually going through. So the marketing sales department, we report to the operation manager, and the operation manager is in the person of Mr. Solomon, which is he, is actually there. And then with the marketers, that does all the functions of trying to seek for customers and people that who is going to be procuring those properties. We have Mr. Shei, who happens to be this, please, and then myself. I'm also part of the marketing. So thank you. And we have the admin department also, and the accounting accounting department that oversees all the administrative functions, all the paperwork, and then the recordings and the detailings of every person in the company. So thank you and God bless you.
One question for me, and then one from the audience. Why did you choose this particular type of business?
All right, we chose this business because we noticed that carefully that it's in the dream and the aspiration of every human. Once you're having a development in your life, the first thing that comes to your mind is always acquiring of properties and trying to add more to your profile. So with this real estate business is an easygoing consigned kind of business, because everyone will always want to acquire properties at some point in his life or her life. And so this is a viable business that will keep existing and everybody will want to patronize.
Okay, audience, please don't attack them. Don't. Okay, question, right? Please ask your question.
So, I buy your property now.
Hold on.
So, I buy your property now, and for some reasons that I'm not aware of, I get into legal tussle with some people that claim to be Omonile. So I see that in your structure, you don't have any legal department. So would I be left in the window? What will happen to my business? Thank you.
Okay. Omonile versus lawyer.
Yeah, so in an organization, you don't have to have all the departments. You can outsource some of those things. And in looking at this business, we decided to outsource that aspect. Hold on, wait. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait, calm down. First and foremost, not a competition. Then, second of all, you can attack him after the service. Okay, who's next? Please appreciate them. Great job.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Tolu, and we all know when 21st century, literally everybody's behind the screen now, and we know health is wealth. So we started Pharmatechnics Limited. We are involved in importing, medical wearables. We have the smart glasses, smart devices, that helps monitor your vital signs and also gives you a check to how you're doing, So this is our the head of our legal department. I'm the head of the research and development team. I'm involved in, looking for these actual devices like your smart watches, your smart eyeglasses that tells you when, you need to get off your phone and devices like that. So we import different, medical devices to help you maintain the quality of your life. So I'm going to give it over to our legal department to explain how our company really works.
Okay, my name is Emmanuel. All right, so graphics here. What you can see now is we have the chairman. Of course, it's a limited liability company. So, and we don't want to attach our personal assets to what the company gets. So we have the chairman in person of Mr. Adeyanju, PAMD. And also we have the directors, about 3 executive directors. We have Ijoma. Then also we have our operation manager. We also have the HR, who is also in charge of all of the research. We have the branding department. We have the data analysts. We have the sales, marketing, managing, and the customer care, those are going to be in charge of communicating the product to people when there are problems. Then also we have the finance. Also, while we're making profit, we want to be sure that our shareholders are getting their profit and they have not invested in the bad business. And the legal department is just created to protect the company itself. Of course, this is Nigeria, and the market is actually saturated with fake products. We are there, and of course, where doctors prescribe maybe several drugs that may not be fixed or usable for people. So the legal department is to protect the company from whenever we're being sued, where to protect the directors and every staff of the company. Then so sales and marketing does more of pushing the products out. That is where we have the TV, where we have social media audience, where we go out to the streets to tell people that you don't have to go to the hospital to check your heart rate. All of these things that have been imported, how to make it usable and easy to use. Then also the research, what the research team does is that to find out the problems of people and attend to them, because part of the research team we have doctors who are going to be who will be part of this research team. Then we have that is where we have branding, then the data analysts also to check and put out all of these things. Then our IT is Mr. Paul, who gets to put out the analytics and the tech part of it. That's what our IT does, and then we have our staff cleaning and all of that.
Okay. Appreciate them. Okay, my question, and then the people who want to get you will come on. Why the choice of this kind of business or business structure? Why the choice of this?
So why we decided to import medical devices is, first of all, everybody is on his phone right now. He doesn't have glasses on. So we need to protect ourselves from these rays that are emitted from these devices. Some of us work from home. Some of us are, we are behind the laptop all day. So we need these devices because, sometimes you don't even know when your eyes is strained. you don't know when you need to go see the doctor. So these devices, we're importing these devices to help you. I mean, so it's like an indicator to let you know, okay, you actually, something is going wrong with your eyes, or your smartwatches that tell you, okay, your BP is elevated, you need to go check it out, or stuff like that. So that's why we actually, because there's a need. If someone that is healthy that will be able to buy real estate. If you're not okay, even if you buy a real estate, so that's why we decided to go into medical devices to help. I'll tell you why we went into.
Yes.
Okay, the reason why we chose the structure is just because first going into the dealings of medical supplies, it's a big business and it can't be done by one person. So of course we have to get shareholders. So we have to create a structure whereby people report to several persons. We have the chairman who oversees the board. Then we have the directors, we have the shareholders, and all those things.
All right, he wants to show himself. Why is the question always coming from this side? I know NEPA took light when you guys were talking, but was the question come from me? Please, somewhere else. Let's ask another question. Okay, very important. Okay.
So my question is very simple. So I can see that you analyze the products you want to sell, but most of these products can be sold directly to pharmacies or hospitals. So my question is simple. Do you intend to, I saw you also have consumers, then you have from marketers or your sales to consumer. Do you intend to sell to consumer? Who are your consumers? Are they hospitals or individuals? That's what I wanted to, because you didn't specify that. That's what I'm asking.
So we supply to pharmacies. I mean, everybody needs this thing. So we have if you want to walk in and buy from us, we're open to that. And we also have hospitals, pharmacies that we actually do supply, because we're not importing in ones and twos. We're importing in large quantities. So we have pharmacies that will be supplying to. We have hospitals. We need to get this thing into every home. So if it is in bulk, if it is per unit, we have a team that is able to carry all that out. Does that answer your question?
All right, please put your hands together. No, one question.
One question.
All right, please appreciate everyone that's a part of this.